I'm spontaneous. I showed up. That's
Right.
Good morning and welcome to the hottest show in Texas, MissInformed, with your truly Missy Lou. Today we talk about all kinds of things. This show ranges from spotlighting charities, pillars of the community, and trying to find out things that you may be misinformed about. Today we have two guests on. I have got the lovely and talented new friend, Shelly. Hi, Shelly.
hey.
We also have the lovely and bald Shannon. Hi, Shannon.
Good morning.
We only have a 30-minute show today, so we're just going to jump in and talk about some things that we're really excited about. One of the things I'm super excited about is them loosening the belt on activity in the Texas region so that we can get back out and start to socialize a little bit. And I'm just dying to go to an event, and I'm wondering, does anybody have anything coming up that maybe I would enjoy outdoors, swinging in to the summer?
Yes, we do. We do.
Tell me about it, Shannon.
CreekandTimberLegacy.org. We are having a golf tournament on March 30th here in McKinney, Colorado, and we are raising funds for taking first responders, veterans, and critically diagnosed kids out on hunting, fishing, and outdoor adventures. And so this is our first fundraiser this year. So we're looking forward to having a pretty big turnout and have a good time. There's not going to be a whole lot of serious golf probably going on at this event. So we have, I think, a marshmallow drive off of one of the tee boxes. And then we also have a AR rifle that launches golf balls so that you can pay for that to be your tee off on a par 5 hole. So should be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a blast. And tell me what day it is. This Saturday?
March 30th. March 30th. It's a Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday morning at, and then do you have the, well, I have a flyer.
Tee off this Tuesday. Yeah, we've got a flyer. Mark, do you happen to have that flyer handy?
But I'll send you, I'll send that information out. You can go to our Facebook page, CreekandTimberLegacy.org. Our website, either one has that on there. But yeah, we should have a pretty good time. We've got breakfast tacos before tee off, and then
you should have started with tacos.
We have yeah, I know. We should be doing this on Tuesday. And then we have a barbecue lunch that's also included in that, which would be, I've sampled the barbecue. It's very good. So it'll be a good time.
That sounds wonderful. I would absolutely love to be there. Thank you for sharing that event with us. Is there a limitation on how many people can go? Do you have to have tickets?
Yeah, we're getting total number of golfers is 144. And I think of this morning, we're at 126.
Okay. So there's not many left.
We're getting down there. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, if you have interest in joining us at this event, then please check out their website. We're going to put a photo of the flyer in the comments so you can be sure and have the information you need to jump in on this wonderful event that's coming up. It's for a good cause. Here it is. Charity Golf Tournament brought to you by Creek and Timber Legacy. I'm wearing one of those sweatshirts. It was a little cold here in Waco, Texas. I'm over in the Waco area today, and it's a little chilly, so I had to put on my Creek and Timber sweater to keep me warm. Thank you so much for that, Shannon.
Thank you for having me on.
Certainly. Now let's get to the lady and have a discussion with her. Guys, I didn't have my coffee and I'm just so tired. My husband, he just had nasal surgery yesterday. And he had like part of his nose shaved off and tubes put in. And, I'm a new wife. Okay. We've been married since November, and I want to be a really good wife and cater to him. He's in pain. He needs me. And he asked for coffee right before my show started. And so I had to go give him my coffee, because I don't have time to make the coffee. It's fine. Is that what love is? Is it sacrificing your coffee?
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a real big.
Speaks volumes.
Well, speaking of sacrifice, it takes a lot to sacrifice whenever you are helping people get into a new home. And I just wanted to take this second and give a shout out to this beautiful picture behind me. This home is actually designed by Tag designed by Tag and Associates. They do 3D blueprint design, and they help people not just in Dallas, but Austin, Waco, really wherever you are. If you need a 3D blueprint, these guys are absolutely wonderful. His team is excellent to work with. Their website is designbytag.com, and he employs a lot of college students so that they can get internships so they can go on and be successful. I mean, everything about the whole company is very wonderful. So, and he likes to hunt too. And I bet you when I send him that flyer, he's going to be interested.
Right.
So think of them for any 3D blueprint needs that you have if you're getting ready to build because you can't find a house. I know it's just a little hard to find a house in the Austin area, right, Shelley? Just a little.
Just a little.
Can you tell me your thoughts on the market? I know that you have a lot of experience in the Austin area. Can you just first off, I want to talk about the market, and then I'd like to kind of go into in depth a little bit more about the company you work for and exactly who you are.
Yeah, so the market right now is crazy. Of course, I kind of deal with the other side of it. I'm the side of sending 7 or 8 pre-qualification letters because people are putting in offers and they're not high enough over market value to win the bid, or they've got 15 cash offers that are coming in. People are competing against sometimes 70, 80, 90 offers coming in for properties for existing homes because there's such a shortage of inventory.
Are you having a lot of tension with appraisers right now?
I wouldn't call it really tension with them. I've had a couple of things not appraised, but it wasn't something that they were really shocked about because they had offered way over asking. And so if you're going to offer $80 or $85,000 over asking, you're probably not going to have it appraised because generally realtors are going to price it. For the most part, there's a lot of schools of thought of that. I think that's not really my area of expertise, but if you're going to price a house, that you think that's probably where the appraisal is going to come in at. And if you offer 80,000 over asking, well, I mean, my goodness, if you're then 75,000 short, you're doing pretty good because you 5,000 over where it could have been. So, but as the prices are going up, people offering more, well, that then starts to kind of skew market value. So, as these things, the home sales are coming in and the data is coming in as sold properties. Now appraisers are having different sorts of values to have to evaluate and take that all into consideration. I wouldn't want to be an appraiser right now because something 2 months ago, if you pull that perfectly good legal comp that you could pull, now you've got one that maybe is a little further out that is, I don't know, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 higher than it was 2 months ago. I mean, what do you do with that? And because, I mean, if foreclosures start happening or something, appraisers have to be careful because they're licensed and they've, set a value that now the house gets foreclosed on. And the lender comes back to them and says, hey, you gave it this value. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them. There's pressure to appraise it, where the sales price is, because that's where the clients,
need it. We need it.
That's what we need it. Absolutely. And then you got the people that they're trying to work for, which is protecting the lender. Then it's just a crazy mixed up mess for them. I don't envy their position right now.
Yeah, so my heart does go out for them too. I haven't really had any challenges with my appraisers. I feel like it's been pretty adequate with what the market's doing. I mean, they have to understand that there's an inflation in
right.
the market right now. And I think they're acting accordingly. They're recognizing the comps around them that have sold for more, and they're pricing a little higher, but I don't think they're doing anything outrageous. And to be honest, I haven't had any qualms with appraisers in the Austin area for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But we do have, but then again, a lot of, I've had very few buyers that were financing. A lot of them are relocating from the California area, and they have been cash.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Lucky.
really, if you're not coming in cash or a conventional, it is challenging, and our hearts, just as a community, does go out to you. Renting is an option, and I can get you in a rental too while we wait out the wild ride of the summer.
Right.
Shelly, would you tell me just a little bit about your background? I know, I met Shelly because one of my associates, Tamara Crowley, I was writing up an offer, and I had a question about the third-party financing addendum, and my lender wasn't available. And Tamara goes, I know someone that answers the phone every time. Watch this. And I'm like, oh yeah. And she called Shelly, and Shelly answered and was able to help me. It was an FHA, which I was so nervous, but I haven't done an FHA in years. It's always been conventional or a VA, I just haven't touched a FHA. Not that there's anything wrong with an FHA loan, guys. I just had some questions, and Shelly was there to help me. And I was very grateful for that. We didn't get the house, surprise. We're still looking though. But with that being said, let's kind of dive into a little bit about the company you work for. I happen to know the company and really, really like them, in all honesty. How long have you been there, and do you like them?
Oh, yes, I do. So I've been with Fairway since late 2015. And that's where I started my mortgage career. It's the most fabulous place. I would not think of being anywhere else than Fairway. It's been around since 1996, and the company really started growing, I think around the 2006 timeframe, and then just really started busting at the seams right around the time that I started in 2016. And they've continued to keep their focus on speed, service, satisfaction, taking care of our referral partners, and making sure that whatever we promise, we deliver, we close things on time. We have some of the fastest turn times in the industry.
You do. You do have a fast turn time at Fairway.
We do, and we have systems in place where if we get something that falls out at another institution, we can get in there and close it and get it closed in the legal time frame, which is 8 days. So as long as we have appraisals and things like that, our turn times, we have a rush system that we can send things through when we need to. It's a fabulous place. It's a great culture. It's employee owned, and
God, you're making me want to work there. I don't want to be a lender, but I kind of want to be with Fairway. What's happening to me? What is this?
Oh gosh, but no, it's our CEO Steve Jacobson we get emails from him every day. He sends out kudos to to team members who are doing great jobs, and we're just always very informed about what's going on in the market. It's just it's such a great culture to work for, and we are very, very focused on taking care of our veterans. We have a program in place that trains realtors to be military specialists. We train them on, the values of the VA loan and the importance of honoring those who have served. So don't quote me. Last year, we were like number 5 in the nation for VA lenders. So we are very, very, very focused on it, and we taking care of those who have served us very seriously. And we have a culture where everybody in Fairway, if you look and see a red shirt on Friday, it's probably somebody that works for Fairway, and that's just we're remembering those who are deployed. So.
I like that. I did my military certification for home buyers, and they gave a list. I remember, gosh, this was like 3 years ago, and I've slept since then. But I remember them giving a list of lenders, and you were on that list. So I don't know if you were top 5 at the time, but your company was on that list. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely have a good reputation with the veteran community. And, that's so important because our veterans really don't get a lot of the assistance they need through our government. If anybody's ever walked into one of those VA hospitals, it will break your heart. Sometimes it's not as organized as we would wish it was. Sometimes they're not getting the help they need. I have an 11-year-old son, and we used to live in Plano, and one of his dear friends that lived in the neighborhood, his father we would always be dropping the kids off, and his father found out that he had cancer. And they told him that they couldn't get him in to start any kind of treatment until I think it was like 8 months. And when they diagnosed him, they said he only had a couple months. So they told him that it looks real bad, and also we can't even start treatment until after your expiration date. Essentially, it was really, really sad. And that's just, one of the cases that you see. I mean, they don't have the help that they need. So as a community, for the people that fight for us, we kind of have to step up and help them and give back, because I guess the government just isn't capable of doing it as much. Not anti-government. Please don't arrest me. But I mean, to give back, and we definitely, and like they don't deserve it, right? Am I right? Like,
Right.
We want to give back and we want to be helpers. So, I mean, if you're out there and you're listening, just know that we're all working hard for you, and we would love to take you on a new trip with Creek and Timber, or maybe help work your loan over at Fairway.
Right.
And I can help you get a house too. Okay. Or hide a body for a small fee. Really, the world is your oyster, guys. So speaking of spring break, did you guys speaking of having a good time, did you guys have anything going on this spring break, or did you lock it in and stay home?
So my kids are all grown, so spring break means nothing. Means nothing to me anymore.
Means nothing.
It's like everything is like break now. I don't have to worry about school. I don't fix lunches or anything. So it's the beauty of being an empty nester. But no, not here.
Dana, what's up? Did you do anything?
No, but my daughter does want me to go on a trip with her in August. So she can't go to them because she started a new job. She just graduated from college in December. And but now she's going to get her master's.
Nice.
Wow.
So we got to get through that part. But no, I'm kind of the same way. We did take 8 veterans on a goose hunt in northeastern Arkansas 2 weeks ago.
I saw those pictures,
which was a blast. We didn't do really well in the number of geese that we got, because it was still partially frozen up there. It was right after the snowstorm here, and so they still had quite a bit of ice and snow up there when we went. But everybody had a great time. We had 4 men from here in the DFW area, and then 3 from Oklahoma City, and then another guy from Alabama, from Birmingham, Alabama, that drove over there. So it was a great time.
Okay, I got a damn question. I thought geese flew south for the winter. Is that? Is Arkansas that south, or is that south?
They do. So they go all the way down to the Texas Gulf or northern Mexico, but then they start heading back north to their breeding grounds are in Canada. So these were on the way back.
Canadian geese.
North. So, yeah.
Those are the worst ones.
They like bacon though. They're not all bad.
Speaking of greasy, so now I have another question. I have a burning question I've been really wanting to ask. I ask as many people as I can because, to be honest with you, I'm kind of torn. Okay, that's why I ask this question to everybody. I want to know how you feel about the vaccines, and are you going to do it? And why or why not? Are you doing it? Are you scared? If it's mandated that I have to do it, I'm not going to
disobey the law. But I, as a rule of thumb, I don't do vaccines. I've gotten the flu vaccine before, and every time I've gotten the flu vaccine, I've gotten sick. And I have kind of this weird thing cellular going on that's genetic that makes me like react weirdly to things. And so
are you a mutant?
I could be. But so I don't put foreign things into my body and as a really ever. So I'm like, I don't even take Tylenol. So I just,
me either, except vodka.
Yeah, well, that's potatoes. It's from the earth. It's not really foreign.
Don't enable me.
Let's not talk about tequila either, right?
She's got justification for more.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's really good to know. So you're not interested in doing the vaccines, Shannon. What are you gonna do?
I'm not either.
Oh my gosh, that's all three of us that aren't doing it.
Because, well, I'm the same way. The last time I got a flu shot, I got a really bad case of the flu. And so I'm not looking at it now. I don't have anything really against it. Both of my parents, I've taken them. One of them is 75 and the other one is 78. And I took both of them to get them. They wanted to go do them. And so they have, and haven't had any problems with that, which is fine. But I'm not going to unless it becomes mandated.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about it, but if they mandated, I won't do it. So it's my understanding we've got three different types of vaccines currently. One is like 65% effective, and it's the one shot. And then we have two other. One is 95. The other one's like 94.1.
Yeah.
So, and both of those are 2-round shots. Okay.
Right.
My fear with it, you see things on Facebook and social media and you're like, is that real or not? So as a 35-year-old woman, I feel like I'm relatively healthy for the most part. And so I don't feel like I'm as susceptible. Like I haven't had any asthma issues. I'm relatively healthy lungs. I've never had any serious conditions like that. So personally, I feel like maybe if I just take the vitamin Z, the vitamin C, my zinc, and my vitamin D, and have a healthy diet and exercise, that maybe my immune system can do what it's supposed to do, right? I've seen things where people have gotten Bell palsy from it. I've talked to people, spoken directly with people who have been sick for a couple of days, like just down, sick as a dog over it. And, you've seen the ones that have gotten the big red whelps that show up on their arm. I've had family members that have done it and have the big red whelps. And then there's speculation about it making you sterile. And, I mean, I think for somebody who is in their 70s, like your parents, Shannon, I mean.
Yeah, they're.
No brother or sister.
Right.
But as somebody, is newly married, I would love to have some more babies, so I don't want to take it because I'm scared. I feel like they went through the process of getting it out and produced fast. And it makes me very scared. Cause I mean, we see those things on TV where it's like, have you tried Missy's Multi-Mill? If so, you may have lost a toe. Please call us today, so yeah. I'm very nervous about the trials and if they really did have a good testing group, because I know they were all racing to get that money. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to. No. And I'm not going to make my son do it either. So, that's kind of where I stand on it. So, I mean, it's interesting to hear point of views, and I don't, judge anybody that does. I think that, I mean, this is America and we should have the freedom to choose what we want to do with our bodies. And if we want
personal decision, everybody has their reasoning for this. I talked to somebody in the grocery store the other day. I just asked her, she was a HEB worker, and she told me, I said, have you had anybody that's, you've lost anybody? She said, yes, I've lost 4 siblings from age 32 to 65. And she's like, I'm going to continue to wear my mask. And I'm like, well, I don't blame you. And, so there's stories out there like that. And you go, wow, I don't want to be a jerk and rip off my mask in front of you if somebody who's been personally affected like that. Thankfully, I haven't, but it doesn't keep me from having empathy from those who do and respecting their decision to stay safe. And that's the way they feel like they're staying safe, and they want to do that. Then absolutely, I encourage that, and I'll respect that around whoever feels that way.
I do want to encourage anybody that's listening to just be mindful, just like what Shelly said. I think that's so important. Be mindful and empathetic of others and respect what they choose to do. I like to wear my mask whenever I go out in public out of respect, especially since I'm not getting the vaccine. I mean, what if I'm wrong? What if the vaccine is what would help kill it and I'm making the mistake? Well, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and slow the spread and wear my mask until I'm at a state where I feel comfortable with the numbers that I'm seeing, So, I mean, do what you want, but just don't be a dumbass. Okay, guys.
That's really good. That's really good advice.
Yeah. For everything, like a broad brushstroke. Don't be.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have a bumper sticker made like that.
I'll get you one made. We'll have hashtag
please.
MissInformed. Tune in every Thursday.
Yes.
Let's go over. I want to go over and kind of give you I want to give her, Shannon, help me. I want to give her Shelly like a hard, what would you do in this situation as a lender before we end the show? Like let's give her a booger. What do you say? Like I'm a brand new home buyer.
Okay.
And no, that's more realtor. Okay. I'm a brand new home buyer. And I want to add my husband on the note, but he sharpens crayons for a living and owns his own business, the crayon sharpening company. And we just started it 3 months ago. And you know what? He's making more money than I am right now because everybody needs their crayon sharpened. But it's not very old.
You must be on an episode of HGTV trying to buy $1 million. Yeah, I saw that.
I want $1 million property, but I've been self-employed for 6 months. Yeah.
Right. I built goats in a goat farmer.
$50,000 cash I can use for a down payment.
What the what?
Well, so let's just like the rules start flowing through my head. It's like a sickness now as a lender. I used to be a realtor, by the way. I was a realtor for like 7 years, and then
you're a good lender because you know what it's like to be crazy too.
Well, I still have some of that. That's probably what helps in this business is I got the crazy still. So just the rules. Number one, if you're self-employed, you got to have 2 years experience unless you worked for a crayon sharpening business and you've got the clientele and so you've got that experience. Sometimes you can go with 1 year of experience, but 3 months, not going to do it.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. And especially in this COVID environment, they're being super picky on making sure that business is sustainable. So if you had if you've been self-employed, if you had a great year in 2019, but then 2020, things just really, took a downturn, even though it was COVID, they still want to make sure that your business is sustainable. And so they're going to look at your 2020 income. If it's less, that's what you're going to get qualified on. But yeah. So, and then as far as the first time home buyer, adding somebody on or whatever, you can always add somebody on. If you're going to go like with a government loan, you've got to have if you're legally married, you have to have your spouse's credit pulled as well. Their liabilities have to be included in yours, even if their income can't be. With the FHA loan, the liabilities get included. If somebody's got like your 3 month, in crayon sharpening husband, their credit score is a 560. Well, we don't have to worry about his credit score, but we do have to worry about, the debts that he has for $750 a month for his, Hummer or whatever he's got. So we do have to, yeah. We do have to include the debts, but we don't have to include, or we can't include his income if it's not,
Well, can we still use his money? Can he gift some of it to closing, or can we just pay for everything out of his account?
You can do that. Yes. If he's not on the loan, it's considered a gift. And so, but it can all be used. It's a family member. So it's very usable in the transaction. He just can't use his income.
So if you're listening out there, you can actually receive a gift for closing. So now's the time to be really sweet to all your parents and grandparents if you're looking at buying a home, because it might just help you in the long run. If they're over 65, maybe take them to go get that vaccine and see what happens. I don't know.
Right.
Guys, with that being said, we are finished with the show. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for bearing it out with me. I'm sorry that I was so loosey-goosey. I was just so tired. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you are looking at buying a new home and you want to get pre-qualified, that really is the very first thing you need to do. You can reach out to my friend, Shelly Rodeker.
Yes.
Shelly Rodeker. Okay, got it. We'll have her information down below. And hey, if you want to get out there and have some fun, we have a super golf event on the 30th, and we're going to throw that flyer down in the comments as well for Creek and Timber Legacy, which helps out veterans and critically ill children have outdoor adventures. Thank you to both for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed rest of your week, and stay healthy.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. You all have a great day, and thank you for joining me.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.